Ever feel like getting laid off is career quicksand? I did too, until I turned my layoff into the best career move I never planned to make. I went from devastated to hired in just 6 weeks, landing a role I enjoy much more than my previous position. My secret? I stopped job hunting like everyone else and started running it like a data-driven marketing campaign. After 15 years navigating Fortune 500 companies and bouncing back from my own layoff, I've cracked the code that transforms rejection into opportunity. I've now helped dozens of professionals turn their layoff stories around using this exact framework. From resetting your mindset, to building strategic connections, to crushing interviews using data insights most candidates never even think to track. The typical job search feels like shouting into the void. You send countless applications and hear nothing. Instead of firing off generic applications and hoping for the best, what if you applied the same analytical skills that make you valuable at work to your job search? I'll show you how tracking the right metrics can land you not just any job, but the right job, often with better compensation. My method cut my job search time in half, and the cornerstone that changed everything? Strategic personalization. First, create your job search dashboard. You'll track application status by company and role, response rates across different platforms, interview conversion percentages, and feedback patterns that reveal improvement opportunities. Here's where your analytical mindset becomes your edge. I recommend 15 to 20 quality applications weekly rather than 50 generic ones. Quality means personalization. 2 personalization approaches that worked wonders. First, identify the actual recruiter and send a tailored message highlighting 2 to 3 specific skills that match their needs. Second, schedule coffee chats with current or former employees who've been with the company 5+ years. They understand the culture in ways job descriptions never reveal. Here's a technique from my business development playbook that doubled my response rate. Find who posted the job on LinkedIn and reach out with a thoughtful question about the role. This single move puts you ahead of practically every other applicant because most people simply don't bother. During interviews, leverage your professional expertise not just in answering questions, but in asking them. Use insights from the coffee chats with the company employees in the interview. It would delight the interviewers and establish your credibility. After each interview, document questions asked, your responses and their effectiveness, interviewer reactions and engagement level, and follow-up questions you wish you'd asked. Most candidates miss this critical insight. Use consultative techniques during interviews. How do you answer the question, "Tell me about yourself"? Rather than the standard chronological walkthrough most people give, I highlight 3 memorable keywords that become my personal brand throughout the interview. For example, one of my keywords is strategic. I introduce myself saying, I'm strategic in how I solve enterprise-level challenges, like personalization, to deliver measurable results. Then I weave that keyword through specific examples throughout our conversation. This simple shift transforms the dynamic from interrogation to collaborative discussion. Multiple interviewers have told me this approach made me stand out from dozens of candidates. The unexpected data point that changed everything? Rejection analytics. After every no, I sent a brief, appreciative email asking for one specific improvement area. About 30% responded with genuinely helpful feedback, but here's the real magic. 2 companies actually called back weeks later with different opportunities because they remembered my professional follow-up. I created what I call a rejection improvement matrix, tracking patterns and feedback to identify my blind spots. When 3 different interviewers mentioned my analytics examples were too detailed and took too long to connect to their specific needs, I knew exactly what to fix. This single technique shortened my job search dramatically. Remember, a layoff isn't a career setback, it's a pivot point. The data-driven job seeker doesn't just find another job, they find a better fit. By bringing your professional analytical toolkit to your personal job search, you're not just surviving a layoff, you're engineering your next opportunity. If this approach resonated with you, hit subscribe for my next video on negotiating your offer once you've landed those interviews. The best career moves aren't lucky breaks. They're backed by data and driven by purpose.